The start is on.
This is the church of there's a crash.
A huge fall, lots of riders having gone down. Plenty in the yellow colours of Jumbo-Visma, and this is right at the front.
And that was someone from AG2R who's gone down. One of the first, another of their riders over the top.
Meanwhile, it's Yves Lampaert who was on the front for De Koning Quickstep, followed by Michael Morku. And that is Dylan Groenewegen who's at the bottom of the deck. That's the sprinter they've been chasing for all day. And the first on the scene is George Bennett.
Well, that's disaster for Jumbo-Visma. The man destined to win this first stage is sitting on the deck. Well, that is of no concern to the riders left in the front. They're going to do their thing with or without Groenewegen. It's De Koning Quickstep at the front. Now the acceleration for Bora Hansgrohe on the right. Max Richese follows him against the barriers for UAE.
Philipsen just staying upright. Michael Matthews squeezes through. He's got himself towards the front. Morku leading. It's Richese, followed by Michael Matthews. Christophe Laporte is also there. Cole Braley is a little bit further back.
Viviani is not there. Viviani is out of the picture. He's on the left trying to make up ground. On the front it's Richese pulling. Matthews in the wheel.
And Peter Sagan. Then it's Nizzolo. Viviani is there in the blue, but he's a little bit too far back. Michael Matthews with 300 metres remaining. This is still a long way to go. Matthews on the front. Sagan is waiting. Caleb Ewan in four. Sonny Colbrelli goes early. Peter Sagan tries to get into the slipstream. It's Viviani lane on Caleb Ewan. Ewan is boxed in, punching his way through. It's Peter Sagan that gets there.
Or Mike Turnison. It was very, very close between Sagan and Turnison, the lead-out man for Dylan Groenewegen who crashed. And it looked to me like Turnison may have just got there on the throw. Caleb Ewan was boxed in, had to go again, couldn't make it. Photo finish, Sagan, Turnison.
Wellens holding on, and let's see if Egan Bernal comes out of the field and goes for those 8 seconds time bonus. There's Alaphilippe.
He was the one they set it up for. He's gone. This man has so much individual power. Julian Alaphilippe. And is he going to get him right on the line and snatch 8 seconds? He's coming up like a train here. And the line is right there. And he's got the 2 points, 8 seconds. And now Alaphilippe said, you coming or not? And in fact, he's stopping here.
A problem for Wellens' bicycle, it looks like. Putting his hand up and asking for the team car right after the sprint for the king of the mountain point, followed by Julian Alaphilippe. Now Alaphilippe off the front by himself. Unison in trouble.
So he's about 500 metres from the line, maybe a slightly above the ride, Bob. This is what makes the Tour de France. But there's nothing more romantic than a return to French soil for the Tour de France, and a Frenchman takes the day.
No luck for De Koning in Belgium, their home country, but once they got back to France, their Frenchman, their star, Julian Alaphilippe, on the season of his career, delivering another stage win to De Koning and another great win for himself.
It is a third Tour de France. He's wore the white jersey for 5 days. He's led in the King of the Mountains of the Tour de France. And now he is coming home for his third ever stage win. From the Grand Bourdon in the Alps to Luchon in the Pyrenees to the finish here in the capital of Champagne. He gets his third ever stage win of a Tour de France. And this one, I bet, will be the sweetest of them all. He cannot afford to ease off those pedals. We're going to see the riders in the chase behind, but it's all too late. He made the move, he won the day.
Enjoying the spoils of not only a stage win, but going into yellow for the first time in his career.
Rock star, absolute rock star. Perfect scenario as well, coming across the border into France. Frenchman now wearing the yellow jersey.
The green jersey of Sagan, bumping and boring his way off the riders as he continues. The lead out is opening up, a little rush down the left-hand side of the picture here. Sagan still looking for the right wheel to follow. He wants to get through Matthews. He's sat on the back wheel of the green jersey, and he can't get out of this at the moment as they start to break for the line. It's fifth wheel for Sagan. That's a wide bend here as they line up for the finish. Where is Sagan? Because he's the man to beat in a race like this. He's going to have to come through on the barriers, though. And even Julian Alaphilippe thinks he might still have a chance as they race up towards the line. The final lead out now, the break on the left here, and now goes Sagan just off camera as he comes through. Boy, he made sure of this one as he races to the line. Trentin in second place, or is he going to make it as the white jersey took him on towards the line?
But the man in green, the man of the hour, Peter Sagan, gets his first stage win of this year's Tour de France in brilliant fashion. Casper Asgreen, he's 19 seconds faster with just a few kilometers to go at that last time check.
Well, this is where Wout van Aert is. We saw him from the helicopter just briefly out on the course, 1.3 kilometers, heading towards the finish now on what is a twisty old course. And we're hearing he's just fallen off. And there he has. Wout van Aert has overshot this right-hand bend. Watch this. As he comes around the right-hand, he clips the barriers.
Hits that little...
No, there's no doubt he was coming home with the best time so far.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, no, that's a really, real unfortunate situation. Let's have another look, Bob. Watch the feet. They are calling for the ambulance, in fact. So, I'm afraid we're witnessing here possibly the end of the attempt of his first Tour de France for Wout van Aert, and he was about to finish undoubtedly with the best time so far. Here he is, Alaphilippe, a kilometre out.
1K to go. There is a climb on that. Generally speaking, I would give the advantage to Alaphilippe, considering where he is on course. But Geraint Thomas covering that a lot quicker than Thomas de Gendt, who nobody was able to surpass. So it's going to go right down to the wire. I think Geraint Thomas might just get it by a few seconds, but Julian Alaphilippe will most certainly be in yellow jersey again at the end of today's stage.
He could walk around the course and keep yellow. Now that's how good Alaphilippe has been. He can finish in 36.25 and keep yellow. Look at the clock, 34 minutes. But it's not about it just keeping yellow anymore. It's about, has he managed to gain time on Geraint Thomas in the time trial? Thomas was the hot favourite. Thomas was supposed to win. And has Thomas won? Because look at the time gap here. 1 minute to get up this hill and through the finish. This would be the ride of his life. To win the time trial of the Tour de France is the Eddie. He's flying up here like a scorched rabbit as he gets up towards the summit. Will he make the good gear change? Look at him round the top there. Now another little kick to the finish, 34.33. This man has been magic today, absolutely superb. The yellow jersey on his shoulders, 100 years after a Frenchman pulled on the very first yellow jersey of the Tour de France. Alaphilippe has ridden so well. He is on top. He is the very sole reason why the crowds this year on the roadside of the Tour de France are growing by day, by day, by day. 35.48 to beat. He does it by 14 seconds. They were absolutely unbelievable final kilometres.
The ride of his life, absolutely thrilling for Alaphilippe.
Il a signé. La seconde, d'accord. Ah, il a pris le temps.
And 4 seconds come off the time. He's digging so deep, Julian Alaphilippe, but that yellow jersey, he knows the crowd are cheering for him. There's the bonuses for you. If Alaphilippe can take a few seconds bonus plus the time gap over Thomas, he's going to be feeling pretty good. Thibaut Pinot, he is another Frenchman who wants that bonus. Kruijswijk, who's third overall, he looks really tired. The face of Igor Bernal moves up to second. The yellow jersey moves up to third. If this man sees the finish, I don't know where he gets his strength from, but he'll go for it. Bernal is gritting his teeth, but Thibaut Pinot says this one is for me. The yellow jersey in second. Thibaut Pinot, he's the one that tried to take it earlier. They brought him back, not this time. He's going to be the first to the top of the Col de Tourmalet. Look at that gap.
Great acceleration by Thibaut Pinot for the stage win and move up in the overall standings. Now Alaphilippe goes. He goes his last gasp effort to get back on terms with Thibaut Pinot. Already starting to celebrate.
Thibaut Pinot has done it. He crosses the line in first place. He'll move up a little bit tonight. Just checking out who's going to do what here now, because at 1 kilometre to go. One or two of the sprinters, the teams, have got the wrong men on their back wheel and they've stopped their sprint because of it. It's a strange, chaotic sprint, this one. Caleb Ewan is trying to force his way into the picture. He's in third place at the moment. Michael Morkov is on his back wheel. The first blue jersey you see obscured on the left is Viviani, as he tries to open up, and Christoph is also forcing his way into the picture. Morkov has got the lead now, and Casey has got second wheel. This is the perfect lead out for the third rider in line. Viviani, they're through the roundabout. It's a long, lovely run up to the line, 200 metres now. Morkov gives way to Ricchesi. Ricchesi, is he going to go for it? It's going to move over, because as they come to the line there, it looks to me as though it is Caleb Ewan. He looks so much bigger from the angle. Caleb Ewan has just won and delivered his wife and his new baby an incredible present.
Caleb Ewan absolutely spectacular in that sprint, waiting to the very last moment. It seemed like the Koenig had the perfect lead out for Viviani, but then Caleb Ewan with the absolute perfect time sprint there, similar to his other stage win, getting the better of Groenewegen and Elia Viviani. Egan Bernal in the white jersey moving up to the front of that group with Geraint Thomas and putting in a big dig himself.
Bernal has come over the top of Geraint Thomas. Only 5 seconds separates them between first and second place now, if they can push on away from the yellow jersey.
Over 9,000 feet at the top of this, so advantage Bernal in the altitude stakes for the rest of this climb in the very thin air of the highest pass in the Alps in this year's Tour de France.
Well, this is for Colombia, I think, rather than for Team Ineos by Egan Bernal, the 22-year-old youngest rider in the Tour.
Passing Simon Yates, who was in the breakaway, catching up to Nibali. I imagine Rigoberto Urán is just a little bit in front of him with Barguil.
Steve.
We just heard, I don't know if you heard it over race radio, but they canceled the stage. They just said they canceled the stage. We're pulling off the road.
Wait a minute, I'm just hearing, Steve. They're taking the times at the top of the Col de Liseron. Well, that's going to be a bit tough on the yellow jersey, because he was 2 minutes 7 seconds behind on top of the mountain. And he's ridden his heart out to close that gap, and they've taken the decision to stop the race and take the time at the top of the Col de Liseron.
Looks like Geraint Thomas.
The salute, the congratulations to the yellow jersey, the youngest rider from Colombia in this Tour. Tomorrow will win the Tour de France, and congratulated by his teammate Geraint Thomas, who won this race last year.